Now we turn your attention to education and the fight against learning loss for students during the summer break. With summer vacation in full swing, children are spending a lot of time outside of classrooms, but not without consequences. The break from school is causing them to forget some of the things that they learned in the last school term and leaving them starting the upcoming school year playing catch up. However, our Clayton McChesney shares expert advice on things parents can do to fight that summer learning slide.
The break from school may put your kids on the summer slide, but this isn't something fun, but a brain drain that could happen to kids who don't keep their mind engaged. We spoke to a Mercer County school official who says parents play an important role in their child's education and can help prevent this slide from happening by emphasizing education during the summer months.
I think a parent is one of the most important things when it comes to a child and their education, because they are the first teacher that a child will have, and that even continues between grade levels. Even though they go up and they have more teachers in the school system, they're still teaching them ways throughout the setting at home.
Mercer County Schools and Gear Up Southern West Virginia both have resources available for parents looking to keep young minds engaged during the summer months. Mercer County Schools has a summer learning packet on their website and Facebook page that provides many educational activities that parents and kids can do together. Gear Up Southern West Virginia has partnered with organizations like Tutor.com and the Student Success Agency to provide extra summer study help, and many educational summer camps as well. However, both Mercer County Schools and Gear Up Southern West Virginia say activities to stop brain drain can be fun as well, like going to the library or playing with Lego sets.
They don't necessarily have to be academic. Who wants to do schoolwork over the summer? Nobody. But who wants to go to summer camp? That's a really fun way to do it, right? So fun, engaging, hands-on activities, ways where students can engage with their peers is often a lot of fun, and just keeping their minds working over the summer.
Rife encourages parents to take fun activities and find a way to make them educational. Womack also suggests keeping routines can be a way to maintain your child's educational momentum as they prepare for the coming school year. Here for you in Mercer County, I'm Clayton McChesney, WVVA News.
Thank you for that, Clayton. Rife reminds parents that summer is also a time for rest and spending time with others, adding that taking the time to recharge is another way to prepare for that upcoming school year, but it's still a couple of months away.